My name is Zachary Trainum. This is our persuasive speech, and it's on should older people be required to take yearly driving tests? How dangerous is it for a person over 65 to continue driving without required testing? Driving is already a dangerous thing to do. Having people that are not up to date on the rules and regulations make this even more difficult of a task to complete safely. The older you get, the harder it gets to drive. You have a slower reaction and more likely to make mistakes. When you're first learning to drive, you take tests and learn hundreds of things, but how long does it pass before you do that again? How is it even possible to remember all this too? It is no question that the older you get, the more your brain starts to deteriorate. What age does this begin to happen? At what age should people be made to take yearly driving tests or bi-yearly? And why should they be made to do this? What age does your brain start to deteriorate at? Dr. Eric Braverman stated that this process usually commences around age 30, with marked acceleration observed past your 50s. You can get your license at 16, but how much of this test do you actually remember? Granted, many people at this age or older are fantastic drivers, but this brain deterioration affects people in different ways. Gordon Nergard has said the brain is like a muscle. You use it or you lose it. At what age should people be made to retake the driving test? As stated before, your brain begins to deteriorate at 30. What about when you're 55 or even 70? People that are 55 or older seem to get distracted pretty easily. This cannot be any better than texting and driving. Most people seem to retire around this age, even though sitting around playing golf sounds like fun, not doing anything at all can be harmful to your mental health. Gina Colada said that research shows that data from the United States, England, and 11 other European countries suggests that the earlier people retire, the more quickly their memories decline. So how does this relate to driving tests? If they start to test people who have retired, I believe they will find some who are unfit to drive. Once people reach the age of retirement, they should take a driving test then, once when they hit 65, and once every other year from that point on. Why should they be made to do this? Do you enjoy driving 10 to 15 miles under the speed limit, following people who constantly lock their brakes up, or people that are all over the road? In most cases, this is due to someone pretty much being too old to drive. With this, they are either scared or they do not really know what they are doing anymore. If we keep people who are mentally there and physically able to drive, the roads would be way safer than what they currently are. The older you get, your reaction time begins to slow down. Now, what happens whenever someone that is older needs to react quickly? Matthias Gaffney, a journalist, stated that as drivers reach 70 years of age, their rates of accidents and fatal crashes per mile driven rise and sometimes surpass levels of the youngest, most accident-prone drivers. These numbers go even higher once you reach the age of 75. So if the youngest drivers have to be tested while being considered more accident prone or less accident prone, then why do we not test drivers who are more prone to fatal accidents? And in conclusion, I have nothing against people who are older and that drive, but if we want our roads as safe as possible, we need to have more testing done. Either more eye exams, motor skills, or just mental health tests. Anything would be the right start. Once past the age of 70, drivers are more likely to cause a fatal accident. The numbers of this happening even pass that of our beginner drivers. Keeping people who are not fully there off the roads would be the safest thing for us to possibly do.